Dr. Doug Bielmeyer. I'm an audio engineer. I'm a teacher.
My name is Joe Sobol. I am a musician.
My name is Leandro Negunza, and I'm a soccer player.
Leo Cortez. I do a podcast. I make music. I try to create culture.
The podcast is actually called This Is Not a Drill.
The basic inspiration of it was that we live in a society of entertainment and constant stimulation, and we need the next new 15-second video that has, and it causes us to live in this weird ethereal space where we're like constantly chasing something.
And really the main goal is to wake up everybody to realize what we're experiencing right now, or whatever you're seeing through your eyeballs, that it's not a drill.
I started playing soccer with my older brother. He loved playing soccer too, and I just started playing with him on my backyard, and that's where I started. And then I just played with other kids, my friends.
The main focus of what I do is audio and translating what we hear in the actual world and translating that through speakers. My motivation is probably how most people start, I would think, is that they like music and they want to participate in it some way. Some people follow the performance track. I have many friends, they started as performers and then they realized they're really good at also composing. So they switched to that. But for me, it was always about being creative. And that took on different forms.
The other person that is usually with us on the podcast, Leo, he actually met him through the program at IUPUI doing music technology. And we started making songs together. We started going down this path, and eventually it led to us creating a podcast.
I've been listening to podcasts for over 5 years now, and it's like really been impactful in my life. And I feel like it was an opportunity for me to, express some of these ideas and things that I think about that I think are weird and people often just don't understand. But now I can have a platform to really explore the ideas and even come to new conclusions about things.
I had a desire to play professionally, but I could not. I could not because of my parents. They used to tell me that soccer is not for me, that I have to get a degree on something else, and I'm studying accounting now. When I was a little kid, I guess when I was in
6th grade, started taking lessons, and from there on, I just got super deep into it, marching band, doing all that. And really after I played the drums for a while, and I guess it's different for every instrument, but for me it's I'm just hitting these things and they're just making good sounds, but I need to do more with this. So
when I was about 18, I went off to undergrad at the Hart School of Music in Connecticut. And so I moved from there, and I moved to New England to go to school at the Hart School and study sound recording. And being there was just a completely different world. Everyone was so different. It was less like the Midwest, Indiana, and it was more of the East Coast, which it's different. And
that's where recording came in. And once I could start recording myself, then the process of making songs or just just letting it go wherever it's going to go, and trying to take advantage of that. So started going to school for recording, and it's inspired a bunch of different little routes that have sprouted out into different areas.
So sure enough, just out of, sheer, luck of the draw, I decided to take a composition class. And it was all downhill from there, right? Because I took that class and I really enjoyed writing music and learning about how other people wrote music. So a lot of those teachers that I had really instilled this excitement in me and reinforced my want to be creative.
But that's why I like playing soccer, because I can, I'm free. I mean, the goal is to score, but to get there, I can do whatever I want to do. In accounting, I cannot create anything because I just learn and do whatever I'm supposed to do. I don't have any space to come up with new ideas, new stuff to do. So yeah, that's pretty different. And accounting is all about numbers and rules. I mean, soccer, there are some rules, but there's no a lot of numbers.
Music was my first love, I think, my first passion, and I started doing it just because I thought it was fun. Like, I saw these people making music that I liked, and I was like, man, wouldn't it be cool to do my own version or my own music? And all of that was like, I just had to accept that I sucked, that I didn't know what I was doing.
Let's listen to some Bob Dylan, since he was just awarded the Nobel Prize for literature.
I would say over the last 10 years, part of my process has been, okay, how can I continue to create music and be creative, and how can I still support myself? And I think the answer to that question in part was teaching, and that's not the path for everyone, but that in part was the idea. The other idea was, how diverse can I make myself? How available can I be?
Or just the reward of being able to, like, wow, this didn't exist, and now I made it, and now it exists. That's crazy. I created something.
I've always been a Beethoven fan, because when you hear Beethoven's story, it was all about struggle and just being very, very difficult, and his process was very laborious, and he was a pretty unhappy person. So I don't admire that part about being unhappy, but I admire that what he did was real work, and it was very difficult.
As a musician, some of the struggles have been is just trying to find opportunities to play more. Actually, because you can be stuck in the basement, which we are now, like a practice room, and just always practicing, and then at some point you ask yourself, like, why have I spent like all this time practicing when you're struggling to find opportunities to actually use that?
Learning and growing is humiliating. And you have to be humble, or you'll get humbled. Or you'll stop learning, in which case you'll get humbled, because life doesn't stop.
At the beginning, you don't really know, like, I have all these drums here, but like I'm not disciplined enough, or I don't know how to hit these drums to make them sound good, or different forms, rhythms. So I got disciplined, I learned it, and now, since I have like this background information, I can have the freedom to, play fills or like play different things because I had that. So
ultimately, I can just make the music that I can make, do the best I can, and then hope that other people can appreciate it, or can gain something out of it. At the very least, just enjoy the sounds, and so it's interesting, the contrast of the humbling process of learning, but it also builds like real confidence.
One thing I learned from soccer is to listen to others, listen to other people have to say, and when I was a kid, I didn't used to listen to everybody, to my teammates, because I thought that I'm the best player, I know everything, so nobody tells me anything. I know, but as I grew up, I realized that I don't know everything. There's some stuff I should learn with others. So I learn what they say, because my teammates actually see my weaknesses.
As talented and as amazing and special as you are, or somebody has told you that you are, you don't know anything. And that doesn't mean you don't have any value. That doesn't mean you don't have a place in this world, or in the process, or in the industry, or a career in the industry. It just means that you should always approach the world like you don't know anything. And if you do that, what you find is you meet a lot of people who will share their experience with you.